Producer subject Kevin Foster and producer Kim Holland's award-winning documentary Against the Wall was screened on November 23rd in the Museum of Tolerance in Los Angeles. Against the Wall is a true life inspirational story about adventure cyclist Kevin Foster, who, despite being electrocuted by a high-tension wire as a child and told by doctors he would never walk or talk again, became the only person allowed by the Chinese government to ride a bicycle 2,000 miles atop the length of the Great Wall of China from the Gobi Desert to the Bohai Sea. In recognition of this daring feat, he won the 1990 Cyclist of the Year award over Greg LeMond, who had just won his third Tour de France. The producer of Against the Wall explained to us why they chose this name for this documentary.
So the reason for choosing the name Against the Wall, it's actually a shortened version of the phrase in English, with my back against the wall, which means that when you've encountered a very difficult situation and it seems like you have no way out, your back is against the wall. How do you respond? How do you deal with that situation? But because the phrase with my back against the wall is quite long, we decided to shorten it to Against the Wall, which is not too easy to translate directly into Chinese. So in Chinese, we had our Chinese producer come up with some names, and finally we decided on 面向长城.
Producer subject Kevin Foster told us the story of how this Great Wall dream rooted in his heart.
This really began in 1968 when I was electrocuted, and at that time the doctor said I would never walk or talk again. My brain basically flatlined, which meant that all the memories and everything that I had up to the first 8 years of my life were totally erased. Eventually my brain clicked back on, so that was a good thing. You know, I could relearn a lot of things, but I didn't have the memories. And within 4 years from the accident, I was back on a bicycle with training wheels. That was 1972, and at that time, then President Nixon went to China. He met with then Chairman Mao, and as a school assignment, our teacher said, this is news and this is history. And so I want all of you to watch the news, and then you come back in the next day and you tell me what you think. You know, what do you think about China? What do you think about the people? Things like that. So everybody had their idea, like, wow, you know, no one had ever seen like China, the Chinese people. But for me, what struck me was this fantastic, this wall just going over the mountains, and this is now like January of '72. I had just gotten the bicycle with training wheels. So there's the TV, there's the bicycle, there's the TV, there's the Great Wall, there's the, you know, and you put it together as a child, you put it together like, man, I want to ride my bike on that wall. That would be so cool. And I want to sleep in the towers, and I just keep going. And so the next day, when the teacher said, well, you know, what did you get out of it? And he went through every student. Well, when it was my turn, I was like, the Great Wall of China. I love the Great Wall of China. I love China. And I think that's where I first fell in love with China. I fell in love with the Chinese people. I fell in love with the Great Wall. And I said, I just want to ride my bicycle on it.
Co-producer Stephen Shen told us why they decided to co-produce this documentary.
我大概呢在6年前就听说了这个故事，我从一开始就觉得这是一个非常非常有价值的人生的故事，也是一个很好的电影选题。那么他把一个普通的美国人的生命追求和大的历史时代背景结合起来，形成了一个非常有意思的中美之间的这样一个故事，所以我始终觉得这个非常好。那我也觉得呢，这个故事可以拍成一个像《阿甘正传》一样的大片儿。但是现在呢，我们 首先把它选择成了一个纪录片，是因为比较快，比较方便啊，资金也比较少，所以我们就先把它制作成了一个纪录短片。那么我期待着呢，能够有共识的朋友一起能把这个故事拍成一部新时代的《阿甘正传》。
About 200 audiences come to watch this screening. After the screening, they had the Q&A with producer-subject Kevin Foster and producer Kim Holland. They shared more stories behind the scene with audiences. HTTV Yang Chen, Los Angeles reports.